Good morning, afternoon, everyone. It's time for another quick lesson. This one is going to be continuing on with square roots, rational, irrational numbers. But today we're going to look at what happens when you add a rational number to an irrational number and what that sum is, because there's actually a general rule about it that will be the case every single time. So for starters, let's go over just some quick terminology so we don't forget. A rational number is a number that can be represented as a ratio or a fraction. So we're talking either a whole number or a number with a decimal that either ends or repeats. So I say repeats because, say, think of 2/3, 2 over 3, right? If you take 2 divided by 3, you're going to get 0.6666666 forever. But we know that that's still a pretty even cut, right? 2/3. So it's rounded to 0.67 most of the time. So it's either a number that is a whole number, a decimal that ends, or a decimal that repeats. Basically a number that can be represented as a fraction or a ratio. An irrational number cannot. It is a number with a decimal that never repeats and never ends. So like pi, right? 3.14, on and on and on and on and on. And the basic rule is this. When you add a rational number plus an irrational number, the sum is an irrational number. And this should make sense, conceptually, right? So think about pi, that number that we use when we're talking especially about circles. Pi, 3.14, and it goes on forever, right? But it's an irrational number. So think about it this way. If we have the number 2, 2 is a rational number, 2 is a whole number, right? So let's say 2. That's our two is our rational number. And then let's say we're going to add pi to that. Pi is an irrational number. And I'll round it. Let me get the digits real fast. I'll round it to like 5 decimal places right now. So we got pi, an irrational number, and I'll write it out under it. All right, so those little squiggly lines means about equal to, because technically I'm rounding, or I'm not writing out the entire thing, so I'm not actually writing exactly what pi is equal to. But pi is about 3.141592654, and it goes on. It doesn't stop. So if you take 2, the rational number 2, and you add it to pi, 3.145912, on and on and on and on and on and on and on, you're going to get 2 plus 3.1. You're going to get 5.1. So look here. You're just adding 2 to it. So it's like on a number line, you have this irrational number with these decimals that never repeats and never ends. You're just shifting it 2 up the number line. It's still going to have that decimal that never repeats and never ends. So a rational number plus an irrational number is an irrational number, always. That is the case forever, always. Case closed. Let me know if you have any questions. This applies to square roots as well. If you have for example, okay, square root of 2 plus 3. The square root of 2 is an irrational number. If you take the square root of 2 on a calculator to get some sort of decimal answer, like I'm doing right now, you get something along the lines of 1.414213 it goes on forever. And if you add that to 3, it's just taking that irrational square root of 2 and shifting it 3 farther up a number line, right? Making it 3 larger than that, but you still have this never-ending, never-repeating decimal. Okay, so write it down, write the words down. The sum of a rational number and an irrational number is always an irrational number. And that's the lesson. Let me know if you have any questions, and there'll be a quick exit ticket that you need to do as well.